Today's Onyx Storm blurb episode is jam-packed full of spoilers for Fourth Wing and Iron Flame, a teeny spoiler from the brand new Xaden POV chapter, along with a couple of other random crossover spoilers, including Harry Potter and How to Drain Your Dragon 2. The Harry Potter ones are major because we talk about who dies in the series, so please bear this in mind before diving in.
Hello and welcome to Faithfully Fantasy,
The husband and wife podcast talking all things Onyx Storm blurb.
Yes, it's something that was unexpected, we had to say, but really excited about everything.
Yeah, I mean, we knew something was coming today because of the post she made yesterday, Rebecca Yarros made yesterday, but we had no idea we'd get this much information about Onyx Storm. So today we're going to take a quick recap of the reel that was shared by Michael Eok and Rebecca Yarros, covering the blurb of Onyx Storm. And we're getting so close now. I mean, it's nearly October, so we're like nearly 3 months away, maybe 4 if you count the whole of January. But yeah, it's coming. A storm is coming.
Nervous now.
Shall I read through the blurb?
Yes, for other people that maybe they didn't know that the blurb is already there.
I
yes.
cannot guarantee, in fact I can guarantee that I will not be as good at reading this as Michael Eok. So if you haven't already seen it, go straight to Instagram. I presume it might be on TikTok as well, but we're mostly obsessed with Bookstagram. So head straight to Instagram and look at Rebecca Yarros' recent reel, which shares Michael Eok reading the blurb. After nearly 18 months at Basgiath War College, Violet Sorrengail knows there's no more time for lessons, no more time for uncertainty, because the battle has truly begun, and with enemies closing in from outside their walls and within their ranks, it's impossible to know who to trust. Now Violet must journey beyond the failing Oretian wards and seek allies from unfamiliar lands to stand with Navarre. The trip will test every bit of her wit, luck and strength, but she will do anything to save what she loves. Her dragons, her family, her home, and him. Even if it means keeping a secret so big it could destroy everything. They need an army, they need power, they need magic, and they need the one thing that Violet can find, the truth. But a storm is coming, and not everyone can survive its wrath.
Oh. Just give me, like flashbacks, because we started with Fourth Wing. You read the blurb for me. I didn't know what was going to happen in Fourth Wing. Then you did the same with Iron Flame. I didn't know neither. Now you're doing it with Onyx Storm.
And neither of us know.
Yeah, that's the only difference.
This is the first time because I don't often read the blurbs of books. I just get straight in.
Yes.
So this is the first time I've read a blurb for an Empyrean book without knowing what's going to happen.
And start guessing what is going on or what's going to happen. So welcome to my world.
We're going to go through this line by line. We have fallen so deep into the theory rabbit hole that I've said this a few times now, but we're having a party down here. We will go through this line by line, but just a big sweeping one to start off with.
Yes.
I don't think I'm going to have to eat the microphone, which I promised I would do if Violet was not a truthsayer.
Yes, come on. It's like literally the only thing that she can find, or she's the only one who can find it. So, come on. If I know that, it's just...
She's trolling us.
She trolls us, like,
so,
badly.
Can we do a truthsayer count just from the blurb? How many references there potentially are to truthsayer? I am going to kind of say no more time for uncertainty is not a truthsayer thing.
No.
But we have, because the battle has truly begun, do you think we can get this truly?
Could be. But I think...
It's impossible to know who to trust, even if it means keeping a secret so big it could destroy everything. So can it destroy her if she's keeping a secret because she
can't just keep it.
Yeah, she can't. Is she? I don't know. Is that risking her safety? If she's a truth sayer, I don't know. Maybe that's too much. And they need the one thing Violet can find: the truth.
Yes, I think that's the clear one.
Yeah, that's the only clear one. But there is potentially four references to truth. Am I clutching at straws? Maybe.
Okay, so overall, what do you think?
Oh my god, I'm so excited. I think there's so much in here, and I probably haven't sat back and thought, what do I feel about it? Because I dived straight into the detail. There's several places that we're going to visit. Yes. Certainly a new place that we're going to visit. It lists the things they need. I mean, I want to just get straight in line by line, but this has just made me so much... Well, I don't even know if it's possible for me to be more excited or desperate to get my hands on this book.
Yeah.
I just wish I could pace myself, because I know that I'm just going to buy the book and read it
one
immediately.
day will be done. Yeah.
Because I don't want any spoilers. I don't want, and we're probably responsible for spoiling things for people. So
we do some warnings, but
I know
we can't be prepared for everything.
I know, but I just don't want to get spoiled. Yeah. So I'm going to just read it, but I wish I could pace myself and like draw this feeling out for a while. Although we have got another 2 books after this, so...
Yeah, but remember, you can do it in the book and then just know how long you have to wait for the next one. And it's going to be...
over a year or something.
Yes.
And it'll be another cliffhanger, won't it?
Yes. It probably is going to be even worse.
Although she does a cliffhanger and then she makes you feel a bit better. So she doesn't do a definite cliffhanger.
Yeah. Maybe some point of views from somebody that is crucial for the end. Yeah. Okay. Let's start from the beginning.
After nearly 18 months at Basgiath War College, Violet Sorrengail knows there's no more time for lessons. School's out!
Yeah, because you know when we finished with Iron Flame, they had this massive battle. Then they like sleeping there in Basgiath. But we didn't know what's going to happen after that. It will be like, okay, are they going back to Arethia, or they're going to stay and then just keep going as normal? What will be now? But it seems that there's no more time for lessons, which could mean that
she's straight out of there.
Yeah, it's like school is not important as say the Arethia or the whole continent, because it's not just one location; it's the whole thing. It can fall in hands of the Venin.
Yeah. I think she'll just do anything to get out of physics, personally. She doesn't want any more physics. She's done. She's out of there. No more RSC.
Yeah.
No more camping. No more land nav. No more interrogation lessons. She's done. No more flight manoeuvres. I thought it was graduate or die, though. So there is another option, because I don't think she's going to die. It's graduate or die or go on a road trip to save the man you love. That wasn't an option in the first one.
There's so many things about this, because the same what we saw here, like graduate or die, and for him was graduate or come back next year and try it again.
Yeah. No more time for uncertainty.
So what can we get with this? There was maybe a lie or the people or the leadership from Navarre were telling to all the people. But after that massive battle, I don't think they can take any more. So the interesting thing will be like what's gonna be this like twist they're going to say that maybe it's something new that we didn't know anything and now it's coming from nowhere. Or what's gonna be.
Oh, what's all this? Who knew about the Venin?
Yeah. Oh my
God. Not
gosh.
me.
Yeah, first time.
Yeah. So no more time for uncertainty for me just makes it seem like that she's going to find answers. She's got loads of questions. I just really hope before she leaves Basgiath, she goes to get her dad's research. Because imagine if she's no more time for uncertainty. I am sure there are some answers in those notes.
Yeah, obviously that piece all this puzzle is a massive thing, and Rebecca Yarros is just keeping it for a big moment. Because honestly, in the character of Violet, it doesn't make any sense that she's not looking for the research. But that would be the interesting thing. Why it's gonna be in that research? There's gonna be like mind blowing for the story.
So it's either she's not getting it because she knows it's too dangerous to get it. But I feel like she would have said that.
Yeah.
I feel like she would have said that.
Yeah.
She's not forgotten about it because it keeps getting mentioned.
Yeah, she's just doing other thing more important. But the other thing that I get from this is in Iron Flame, she was keeping Xaden away because she couldn't trust her. She knew that he wasn't open with her, so she was like, okay, if you're not open with me, then I can't be with you. But now maybe she is like, okay, now I want to be with you. Now that you turn into a Venom. And now he's going to be the one who she should be had questions or something.
Yeah, I think he's going to distance himself this book, and that's going to be really painful for everyone who loves Xaden. But it's giving like New Moon vibes.
But other thing that I was thinking as well, that maybe he will carry on for a little bit, like nothing was happening. Maybe he's still doing stuff in the shadows. But I was thinking as well. Yeah, exactly. I was thinking as well, what if he pretending he's normal, he's fine, but actually he's working for the Venom, and he is the one who's going to make sure that Arecia or all the people who is like trust him as the leader of the revolution. Something bad is going to happen, and the Venom is going to have like a massive opportunity that Xaden is going to give them.
So when we get to this, I think he's going to keep it a secret. I think that's what it says that's what it's alluding to when it says, even if it means keeping a secret so big it could destroy everything.
Yeah, that is Violet trying to keep everything on secret with Xaden. Well, I think that maybe Xaden the one who has.
Yeah, but could it
plans.
destroy everything because Xaden's still around? There's the Venom hive mind. He's going to get access to all the secrets, which means the Sage is going to get access to all the secrets.
Yeah,
loads of stuff with that, but we're skipping ahead. I think that no more time for uncertainty just means she's going to go get some answers. Because the battle has truly begun, and with enemies closing in from outside their walls and within their ranks, it's impossible to know who to trust. Who are the enemies? This is the bit that I'm most excited about.
So we know colonizers is part of the Venom thing.
Yeah, so do you think then when it says from inside from within our ranks, do you think they're referring to Navarre?
Yes.
Okay, I thought I did write that down because I also thought we know about Atos Senior. But I thought it'd be interesting if it was from within the revolution.
Yeah, could be both, to be honest. There's no reason for not to think that the people who are following the revolution now, that maybe Navarre wants to join force or whatever, they want to be against them because they've been fighting all the time against Navarre.
Yeah.
And there will be no, we're not going to fight with these guys.
Should we go through then the Navarre people we know about? So we know about Atos.
Yes.
We know about Jack.
Yes. What about the other people that they're kind of important in the ranks and they didn't want to leave the first time for joining with Xaden? Because there was a few people.
Carr,
for example.
And he has little signet syndrome, so he probably thinks that his signet isn't good enough. So we'll just steal some magic from the ground. Jack says, the wards do not block all power like the dragons want you to think they do. We can still feed from the ground, still channel enough to survive, enough to fool them. We might not be at full strength, capable of wielding greater magic under your protections, but make no mistake, we are already among you, and now we are free. It says we're already among you, which means there's more.
Yes.
I think I've gone through a cycle of thinking every single character has been or will be Venom at some point. I was suspicious of Mama Soaring Gale.
Yeah.
A bit.
That's something that we need to have a look at the beginning of Onyx Storm, if she really died.
Is she still alive?
I'm telling you, if there's no mention of her at all, then she's still alive. Maybe she come back and
It's just, well, I think she could be dead, but I think, you know how I feel about Sloane and siphoning and returning the power to the ground, and then she died because she went too far. But I keep coming back to the line where Xaden says she's a monster. There's something about Lilith Sorrengail that Xaden knows that we don't know yet. I don't know what that would mean between her and Dane's dad, and I don't know, there's something missing between that. I don't think that Lilith, I'm leaning towards her not being Venom, but there are some things that make you think that she could be, like when Violet was telling the story at presentation about how her mum came back and she had bloodshot eyes, she had red eyes, and she screamed and she thought her mum was Venom, but it turned out she was just tired. I feel like there's a reason for that story, and several things that point to Lilith possibly having some link to a Venom.
Yes, and you see that Rebecca Yarros constantly, she playing with the words as well. The first time when I read that, when Xaden was saying she's a monster, I thought for an instant maybe he's talking literally a monster.
A monster. But faking it, pretending, which is about to be what he potentially is going to do. So is he a monster now?
Yeah.
I don't think Nolan is Venom because of the way he talks to Jack at the end. He says, you've got a choice, blah, 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 blah. I don't think he's a Venom. I think he genuinely believes that he's saving a soul. He thought that Violet was betraying Navarre. I think he thinks he's doing the right thing, but he's so far away from doing the right thing.
It's basically another Dane.
Yeah.
So he's just following all the propaganda.
Maybe, but did we think Dane took down the wards? I don't know. I think Dane is manipulated beyond belief.
I had another thought about it, and I don't think it's Dane. Something else will come about Dane, but I started thinking about the Imogen thing.
You think it's Imogen?
Yeah.
Okay. Right, so any more from Navarre before we go on to the revolution?
No, I can't think about anybody else. For 1 second, I thought maybe Melgren, but then it doesn't make any sense because they would be like trying to hide everything, so keeping the burning outside. Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know why not, but then there is a bit, I think, where Violet thinks right at the beginning when she sees him, she says something like, it wouldn't surprise me one day if he just ripped off a mask and he was a Venom. There is a sentence that says that, and you're kind of like, okay. But yeah, he totally could be.
The only thing that makes me think like I see like really like hard to believe it is because Coda as well.
Yeah,
like, he will be like bonded to a Vernon when they're trying to protect the land. There's like the main reason the dragons and riders are together to fight against the Venom.
And Coda brings the wards back up, doesn't he, at the end?
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah, I feel like it could be, but it might not be. What about King Towery? Because we were only thinking about riders, but actually you don't have to be a rider to channel magic from the ground. So you got King Towery. Perhaps, why did Auric know about it? He knew about it possibly because one of his brothers turned Venom, or his dad turned Venom and he's hiding. I don't know. I don't think so. It's just throwing it out there.
Yeah. So maybe when Xaden killed Auric's brother, the king goes so mad that he just wants revenge at some point. And
maybe.
Just channeling to revenge.
Yeah, why not? At this point, we're saying everyone's a Venom, so...
Yes.
Right, so the revolution. We already have shared our thoughts about Brennan. Potentially, he did channel. Nerlin returned the power that he stole to the ground. He's got his nicotine patch on his hand. That's the rune that's stopping him from channeling again.
Yeah.
So Brennan, we already talked about a lot. I have a suspicion about Suri.
I was thinking about her because they heard maybe.
She's just mean. I don't know. And not all bad people are Venom. Not all Venom are bad. It's like this, yeah.
For me, it's more about the hair because if we're thinking the Violet's silver hair is because of the venom, she has
I
a thread.
think her silver hair is because she's a
Half dragon.
She's got dragon blood, and Suri potentially could have dragon blood as well. Maybe that's
a drop of dragon blood. That's why she got just
I think you only need a little bit, but she's just really mean. I don't know. No, I don't think she's venom. I think
maybe that could be
like
the reason though why she's scared, because she had just one thread of silver hair, and she said the Violet has half hair. So she might know that, oh my god, she's so powerful. Yeah.
Maybe. Who else in the revolution? Let me see. Did I write anybody down?
What's important is just Brennan and
Bodhi.
I don't think Bodhi will turn Brennan. I think he will just turn against Xaden.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, absolutely not. I don't think. Imogen then?
No.
She's definitely not going to be Brennan.
No.
The other thing it could mean is Xaden.
Yeah, definitely. Like I was saying, Xaden could be kind of like a spy for the Venom.
Even if he doesn't want
no.
to be. Yeah, even if he doesn't want to be. It's the thing that Jack says at the end of Iron Flame that makes me think there's far more Venom around. There is a theory that, and I think it's random and thoughtful, from Instagram. She thinks that Dane's dad and Varish and Nolan are experimenting, and I'm sorry if I get this wrong, are experimenting with Venin at Basgaiath. And I think she thinks there's something suspicious going on. You know, the assassin and Jack, and there's more among the group of riders that are Venin, and they're experimenting on them. So it could be that.
Yeah, I was thinking about something like that when I was reading the Blurb as well. But we'll get to the part and then I'll tell you what I'm thinking they could be or could mean.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So there could be like a whole squad of people within their ranks. Could be a whole squad of Venin cadets. Anyway.
Yeah.
It's impossible to know who to trust.
Yeah.
It says it's impossible to know who to trust.
Could be one of the gang. Sawyer, maybe.
Oh, don't make
they're going to have one leg and remember all the bad things that could happen.
I know, but it's impossible to know who to trust. It kind of makes me think, so Xaden's supposed to know who to trust, isn't he? Does that mean that Sigale, and we know that Sigale's going to be pissed with him, does that mean Sigale's going to stop channeling so he can't have his intrinsic ability?
That's one of the theories they were talking about. I can't remember which video, but we said that might be something to trigger Xaden to go full Venom. If Sigale is so pissed with him and they cut all the magic and then he has no access to anything. He can't be a Shadow Wielder anymore. He can't be an Intensing. And then if he's in a fight or something, he has the Venom.
Yeah, maybe. And that's why it's impossible to know who to trust. He should know who to trust. And Violet, if we think, we are sure she's a truth-sayer, so she should know who's telling the truth. So how can it be impossible to know who to trust for both of them? Unless they just find out something that, like, shocks their core, like, again, like the mum or something like that. Yeah. Anyway, move on?
Yeah, move on.
Now Violet must journey beyond the failing Eurasian wards to seek allies from unfamiliar lands to stand with Navarre.
First thing comes to my mind, we're going to meet Xaden's mom.
On the Isle Kingdoms.
Yes.
I'm convinced that Xaden's mum is there now, because if you think about, she's either got to be from Poromil or the Isle Kingdoms.
Mm-hmm.
Because we already know that there was a marriage contract, and we know that Fen was not opposed to marriages for alliance sake, because that is what he set Xaden up with Kat for this alliance. He had a marriage contract with Xaden's mother that said that if the son survived till 10, she could go. So she left. Mm-hmm. I feel like if she was in Poromil, or if she was a rider or something, we would have seen her by now. Xaden would know where she is. She must be somewhere far away. And I feel like she's on the Isle kingdoms. I think she's royalty. I think she must be some kind of, or at least nobility.
Yes.
Because that's the same level as Fen. And she went back, maybe because there was a threat to her land or a threat to her family, and but she still left her son. So it must have been something, unless she just wasn't maternal and she didn't have a connection with her son, which is also a thing. So
yeah, it was just business, nothing personal.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
But we can't make any, or she was threatened, or there was some reason, like you just...
Or she was protecting Xaden from something as well.
Protecting him, yeah, that's a good one.
She's going to be a Venin as well.
Do you think, yeah, maybe she did take herself away, because you know how Xaden's going to be like, you should be protected from me.
Yeah.
Maybe. But then she would have gone to the Barons, wouldn't she? No, she wouldn't.
That's not in the Barons.
Yeah.
So.
They're moving away from the Barons. She'd have gone to Paramil.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's something though that, and you try and think about the things that would make me leave I can't actually think of something.
For me, it's just that if be with my child, put my child in risk, I will be the first one to leave.
But why?
Even if I destroy me for anything, maybe. Yeah, she could be a Venin, or she could be surrounded by people who want to kill her or something, or kill her or their family. So say, okay, then.
Yeah, that's
I need
the
to
one.
go.
That's the one.
Yeah.
So what I thought first was, well, first we're going to go back to Erasure. Because we were at Basgiath a minute ago. So the first thing that's going to happen is she's going to go to Erasure. Is she going to take Xaden with her? So she must first go back there from Basgiath. The allies that stand with Navarre. I thought it was a little bit weird that she said allies that stand with Navarre. She didn't say allies that stand with Erasure or Tyrandor, so she's still fully in Navarre.
The other thing is beyond the fallen Eurasian wars, so maybe in Onyx Storm we'll see those wars falling completely.
Well, we knew that they were already failing.
Yeah, you know that they were not perfect.
They didn't have a seventh Dan.
Yeah.
Maybe there will be more of the seventh Dan somewhere.
Yeah.
I do think we will see, because, and somebody had written it on one of our reels, that they said she said I was left behind. And when we were saying we think most of them died because they were drained, their den might have been in the Barrens and it was drained. The fact that she said I was left behind meant they went somewhere. So did they go to the Isle Kingdoms? Don't know. Are they somewhere else in the continent that we don't know about? But the fact that she was left behind, and I feel like possibly we will get another seventh Dan. I think that Violet is linked to the seventh Dan. I think her blood is somehow from the seventh Dan, whether it's Andana's egg or whether it's from an old preserved stock of dragon blood. I don't know, but I feel like she's part of the seventh Dan.
Yeah, I think she's part from Andana, because Andana said we are the same. And the other thing is, Andana, the color of the scales change color. And how many times you see Xaden trying to describe the eyes or violet and then changing colors as well.
Yeah, I know, but you don't know if that's an Andana thing or a seventh Dan thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah.
They've been described as allies before. There was some epigraphs that said Fen, the first thing he did was to seek allies. And then there was another thing about one of the books that she was reading, and it said our allies flew home.
Yeah.
It says, did they sail home? That's a big hint. Did they fly home or did they sail home? If they sailed home, it's definitely the Isle Kingdoms. If they flew home, could it be the Griffins? I think they sailed home. I should check that.
Yeah.
So, the next bit. The trip will test every bit of her wit, luck and strength, but she will do anything to save what she loves, her dragons, her family, her home, and him. So, wit is capacity for inventive thought, quick understanding and keen intelligence.
Well, she's doing that all the time.
Yeah.
Like the gauntlet, how she passes, just thinking out of the box.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about this. I had a quick scan quick search of the books
Yeah.
for any time that she mentioned luck or lucky.
Mm-hmm.
Because I thought, is she lucky? Is...
The sickness, you mean?
No. Is she just generally a lucky person?
Mm-hmm.
And, oh my goodness, there are so many mentions of lucky. I didn't even get through them all. Luck and lucky. There's a few things I wanted to call out. On the gauntlet, which is what triggered this for me, you just said the gauntlet.
Mm-hmm.
She says it's luck, but it isn't luck. So when she gets to the top, Rhee's like, you made it. And she said, look, it's definitely not luck. What she did was she found another way. She pulled the rope round, she climbed up the chimney, she stuck the dagger in the vertical ramp and used it to propel herself up. That's not luck.
No,
that's
that definitely
skill
was a
and
plan
intelligence.
execution, and she made it. Yeah.
Then the next one, chapter 8, well, this was before, but she poisoned her opponent.
Mm-hmm.
He got sick before, and Rhee said, you won. And she said, I got lucky. And then Rhee said, I'd take being lucky over being good any day. But she poisoned the guy. That's not luck either. That's making your own luck, like making your own fate.
Yeah.
There's a few more examples of that, though, where she says she's lucky, but she's not lucky. It's just her intelligence or her skill or her push to carry on. And then the other thing I thought that was quite interesting about luck, just to talk about, was that they have a god of luck, Zanal.
Yeah. But it's definitely no wireless thing, because something that we say in Spanish there, maybe it's going to be the same in English there, luck goes with the people who is better prepared, or something like this.
Maybe.
So really she is well prepared for everything could happen, and when you are prepared, you are lucky. Yes.
Luck is you can choose to be lucky, can't you? Like if you get hit by a car.
That's sometimes
you
the
can be
point
like,
of
oh
view.
my goodness, I'm so lucky I didn't die. Or
Yeah.
you can be like, oh, I'm so unlucky I got hit by a car.
Yeah.
Depends. It's a mindset thing, isn't it? I wonder if we'll learn a bit more about Zanal.
Yeah. For me, the thing that I take from this sentence is when they said and they split it, that she will do everything to say what she lost. There's her dragons. Straight over like, oh gosh.
They're going to be in trouble.
Ter or Andarna. And I heard a few theories outside that Ter might die in Onyx Storm as well. So I'm like, oh. I mean, if it has to be between Andarna and Tern, I think it would be Tern if that happened.
because Tern's death starts that chain reaction. Tern's death kills Sigale.
We don't know. I mean, if they still bond, but if for some reason we say that turning Ben and Sigale not talking to him anymore, and that can cause problems. They maybe Violet risk their life for Violet because Sigale, and then Tern goes against Sigale as well. So it could be a lot of distress happening
A lot of
here.
broken bonds.
Yes.
I don't see how it would work.
And she loves Tern.
I know she loves Tern, but she loves Andana as well. And I feel... Oh,
No, she chose Tern.
you mean Rebecca?
Rebecca Yarros.
I thought you meant Violet.
No, Rebecca Yarros. She said that when she loved the character and the characters were built, it must to die.
She also said that she came up with those two characters first. I don't think she's going to kill them in Onyx Storm. If she does, I'll be mortified. I can kind of see that Andana might die because it would be devastating, wouldn't it? Seventh Den, the last one of the Seventh Den.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to do some Harry Potter spoilers right now, so just a warning if you haven't read Harry Potter, go and read it. So she has to kill Sirius Black because he is too helpful for Harry going forward. So she needs to end him because he's just going to be too helpful.
Yes.
She needed to kill Hedwig. Well, she didn't. She could have just no, she needed to kill Hedwig. I'm sorry, but she did because he couldn't have an owl following him around.
Mm-hmm.
The people that are going to help Dumbledore, she had to get rid of Dumbledore. Like, these are major spoilers. She had to get rid of Dumbledore before the 7th book because he would have just been too helpful. Like, he needed to go and figure out himself. So
he was the most powerful as well. So
yeah, so she's not just going to kill the people she likes as an author. She's going to kill the people that are going to be most useful. She had to kill Liam because he was her protector. She had to get rid of that because then Violet feels lost without her protector. Who is she gonna kill next? Is it one of the dragons? You have to, I don't know. You can tell me because you're the author out of us. But from the books that I've read and the deaths that I've been mortified and I've kind of cried through, it's always because that person is too useful to the main character, and it would completely change the story if they were still around.
Again, could be Tarn.
Yeah, could be Tarn. He's definitely useful.
The only thing I say reinforcing my story.
No, but Andana is like the seventh death. Anyway, let's not have a fight about which dragon will die because hopefully neither of them will die.
Yeah, I mean, it's because it's called Onyx Storm, and we don't know exactly if it's because maybe Tarn is going to have like a rampage or something, and it's going to do something real bad.
A storm is coming.
A storm and
not everyone can survive its wrath.
Yeah.
It's definitely Tarn. Oh, that's funny.
So, yeah, that's one thing. Her family, so Brennan, maybe.
Mira.
Yeah. So,
but we know that Xaden is absolutely desperate to kill Mira.
Yes, but with Brennan, caught my attention is for this post Rebecca Yarros put the Book of Brennan when she put Violet's mantra, the I'm not going to die today, and then it says I will save him. Why she put it in the Book of Brennan if she's talking about Xaden?
So I was thinking about this and I thought, ooh, maybe it's... But I think she'd have said, I will save you, if she was writing it in Brennan's book. I'm sure she's talking about Xaden. But in this sentence as well, it does say her home. And I was like, ooh, is her home Xaden? But then when I searched it, it's actually Xaden that says Violet is his home. And wherever she goes, he's home.
Yeah, I think there's just one part when they're kissing. I think it's Violet the one who said he just tastes like home.
Tastes like home. So back to family, though. I thought Mira, Brennan...
That's it.
Well, no. Is Mummy still alive? Or, do you remember... And I couldn't find this, so I thought I was going crazy. Do you remember anything that says... your squad will become your family?
I think that's in the Book of Brennan as well. That they put you like in so many things that they make you forget your family, and then it's your squad. The one that is your family. And
then I'm sure Mummy Sorengale at the beginning, where after threshing, she does this speech, and she's like, "Welcome to the best family, the biggest family that you'll be in," or something. And it makes me think that maybe it's not just Mira and Brennan, and potentially her mother, but I think her mum's dead. It could be Rhiannon, Sawyer, Riddick, Kat, like the squad.
Yeah, that one too. And obviously Xaden, that we're just assuming that there will come a point that he will just lose control.
You're assuming that. I think he's going to be in control.
Nah.
Her home, and I think that means Navarre, because when you search home, she does often mean Navarre. It's like, I call this home, I call this home.
Yeah.
But like I said, I did think it might be a bit of a sneaky Xaden reference again, and then him. I will save him. And you think that could be Brennan?
No. And this one, the Blurb, is talking about Xaden, the last one, and him. That is definitely Xaden. When I'm thinking Brennan is when it mentions her family. So her family could be Brennan, because the Book of Brennan, when she writes that. Or Mira as well, because somebody tried to kill her when she was in Basgiath.
Yeah, so you think the family is them.
Again. Yeah, somebody that maybe wants to hurt Violet, killing the family. So Mira could be like a message for Violet.
Ooh. Oof. Wouldn't it be awful if Xaden kills Mira? It would be awful.
Ooh.
Would she ever forgive him? I don't think she would.
What about if he does like...
I mean, I love you, but if you killed my sister, I definitely would never forgive you.
Ooh, what about if that's foreshadowing, and then it's Xaden, the one who kills Mira, maybe because he's turning full venom, and then he just kill him because he had these feelings. You know, like How to Train Your Dragon, when Toothless, he gets this like brainwashing for one of the dragons, and he is the one who kills Hiccup's dad. And he wasn't.
Spoiler, I don't think I've seen that one.
Oh, yeah,
That's not
spoiler
the
alert
first
for
one.
some. You saw it with us. You watched it with us.
But you know
don't
what?
remember.
No,
but-
because I'm doing a million things around the house. When
Okay,
there's
you're not going to
movies
watch
on.
it anyway, so yes, it's Toothless.
I'm not going to now. And neither are half of our audience.
Could be there.
Could be. The post, though, this made me think of the post that Rebecca Yarros did yesterday, which said, I will save him. She's crossed out, I will not die today, and she's put, I will save him. That means that Violet has completely accepted that what she's going to do potentially could kill her. Because otherwise, she wouldn't have crossed out, I will not die today. She would have just written, I will save him. But by crossing out, I will not die today, she's totally accepted that she might die doing this.
But she won't die.
She won't die.
She accepted that she might die. But come on, how's it gonna be like another 2 books without Violet?
I'm not saying she's going to die. I'm saying that Violet is going to put her...
Is thinking that she's going to die, whatever
die.
she's going to do.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Even if it means keeping a secret so big it could destroy everything.
That's Xaden, and again, could be the on purpose or no. He given the information to all the Banning, and that can cause the fall of Alethea or
Yeah,
Navarre.
I do tend to think that the secret is going to be they're not going to tell anyone. Just like Jack didn't tell anyone he was Venom. I think Xaden's not going to tell anyone. But it could destroy everything because if he's at Erasure and he's seeing all the secrets, he's still in the assembly. We know that when a hatchling first hatched in Erasure, anyone who could, any flying being could sense it.
Yes.
There's definitely a hive mind situation going on, and I just feel like maybe that's the risk.
Next.
Right. The shopping list. They need an army. I think that means they need more than just flyers. They need to get the infantry involved. They need to get the healers. They need to get more scribes, maybe not. I don't know. They need to get the people, the allies. They need the flyers. Do the flyers have some type of infantry?
Yeah.
I'd imagine they would.
But you know, what was the thing that came to my mind when I was reading this specific list? First thing was like, okay, so we're talking about they need like an army of Venom to fight Venom. I was like, no, that just doesn't make any sense because that's just fighting fire with fire. So in the end, everybody's just going to get burned. So I was thinking, okay, so what else it means this? And then I remember we didn't see that much Colonel Athos Basquiat because he was out. So he wasn't there, people trying to kill all the group, but he wasn't present. He was in this outpost, and it's an outpost where nothing happens. Even there's some comments about the people that just fight
Turning on
against
each other.
it. Yeah, exactly. The guy who tried to kill Violet, he was a Venom, that we know for sure, but he was a Venom controlled by Colonel Athos. So I think once this massive battle happened by the end of Iron Flame, Colonel Athos will return. He's going to say that he had a solution, that he'd been working and a new super soldiers and new super riders. So I don't know exactly how he's doing it, but obviously it's kind of involved with the Venom. So it's like kind of like a Venom that they can control. So it's going to be super soldiers.
I have a couple of things about that. First one, Rebecca Yarros said he deserves to die the worst death. I don't think he's good. I don't think he's going to try and make an army of controllable Venom that will fight for good.
No, that is the propaganda that will come with this. But the idea behind is to get rid of Melgreen, the king. He's going to be the one who's going to rule everything.
Okay.
So he's
for bad reasons.
Yes, so he's coming just like, I'll bring the solution, and then he's going to try to turn like a dictator.
I do have a suspicion that Atos could become the general of Asgaius. If Lilith is gone, I have an awful feeling that he could. There's some foreshadowing that Panchek will become the next general because he wants that position.
Yeah.
So there's foreshadowing for that. Yeah. But I do have an awful feeling that Atos will be back.
Yeah, I think he will be more present in Onyx Storm because it's going to be more Benin related. I think Jack Barlow and the guy who tried to kill Violet, they are kind of like a test. So we will see more people like this that are like maybe half Benin. Okay,
they need power. Well, they've got Violet. She is pure power.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else behind that?
No, that's it. But they have Violet, they have Xaden as well. He is one of the most powerful riders before Violet was dead. Hopefully, he will still fight in there. Yeah, it does say. She did say that Sigel wasn't talking to Xaden in the first part of the book, but hopefully they are by the latter parts of the book. Right, the interesting bit, and I have got so much to say on this one. They need magic. What did that make you think? All dragon related. So we're talking about dragons because dragons hold a lot of power, and all related to the dragon's eggs, dragon shells. I thought about the eggs. It does say in Iron Flame, eggs are metal and still carry magic long after the dragons hatch. But we know we've got several forms of magic. We've got magic from sky, magic from the ground, magic that's just there in stuff like dragon's eggs. Is it the fact that they can channel magic from the ground? So they've got an army, they've got power. Is the power representing Violet and the magic is now representing Xaden because he's only able to channel the magic? Maybe if Sir Gale breaks the bond and he doesn't have the power to channel, he only has magic. So that was one thing. Then I thought I would try to look for if there's any reference to where they can find magic. Yeah. There's enough raw magic in the Vale to feed the venin for a century, which is in chapter 28 of Iron Flame. This is where I thought, so we know we're going to potentially go to the Isle Kingdoms. This is where I thought we might be going to the Vale, because there's a few references to, after we placed the last rune, we placed the ward stone where the dragons felt the deepest currents of magic run. Yeah. So that's I know it's not the Vale, it's where the wardstone is, but there's magic in the ground and there's deep veins of magic within the ground, currents of magic. And the wardstone was put where the dragons felt that deepest current, so where the most magic were. So we know there's magic in the wardstones, we know there's magic in the Vale. I just feel like we might go to the Vale. Yeah. And maybe that's where Daddy Sorrengail's research is. I do think it's in the museum, but he could have spent his time in the Vale with the feather tree or something. I don't know, maybe they trusted him. Maybe he had some way of making the dragons trust him. Maybe he had dragon blood. Okay, I know I'm going too far. Just keep going with theories. Oh my gosh, somebody help me. If he was studying feather tails, that's where you find them, isn't it? So I don't know. I feel like we're going to the Vale, this magic thing said. And then the other place she said there was magic, which is weird. And I do think there's more information here, and hopefully we'll go back again. The King's Secret Archive. So when she goes through, she said there's magic in here. It's not just the wards, there's magic in here. So there's something in there that's got magic in it. And maybe we'll go back there. It would feel a bit odd if we were going to go back to minor places like that, and especially if she has to do another break-in, and that I don't think that would happen. But it's just interesting to me that she specifically says there's magic in this room. What is it in that room?
something though, isn't there?
Yeah.
And then when we go outside of the wards, she said the magic is wilder outside the wards, and I thought that was quite interesting. That like maybe they're just going to get some magic from somewhere else. Runes are strands of magic, and runes are obviously the great equalizer, is how they're described in Iron Flame. So you can give a runed object to infantry or to a flyer or to, I don't know, flyers can do it themselves, can't they? But a civilian, and they can use the magic that's comes with
basically
these
like
runes.
a device that you give and a working
Yeah. So does it mean that the army that they're going to have, they're not all riders, but they could all be runed, and they could all have some kind of magic, so you've instantly increased your army.
Yeah.
Yeah, Venom. Smell of stolen magic. I don't think that's anything particularly interesting. But I just kept coming across, as I was searching magic on my Kindle, the number of references to magic likes everything in balance is insane. Like, we need to do a count as we're going through Iron Flame so many times. That was just my thoughts on one tiny
magic.
word, and I went on about it for everything.
Yeah.
And they need the one thing Violet can find.
The truth.
The truth.
Yeah, I mean, we're saying this a lot of times. If Violet is not a true sayer, you will eat his microphone.
Yeah.
But come on, it's there.
100%.
Yeah, we've been reading Iron Flame, and we had like a lot of foreshadowing there for us. It's like, definitely is that.
And we flip-flop a lot on theories, don't we? Like, we say something one week and then we've changed our mind the next week because we've read another thing, and we do flip around. And
well, you do most of the time.
Okay, I flip around quite a lot. And this one, I've not, like, since Kinsey on Instagram posted that amazing reel, I was like, yep, that's it, I'm sold, I don't need anything else. And then there's just been more and more and more in the Xaden POV chapters, in this.
You know, for me was when she was trying to figure it out was the Xaden second signet, and Violet was thinking, okay, how can they do this? And started thinking, you need this, you need that, and then boom, yeah, you're an intensec. So doing exactly the same with Violet, it will give you that, because she needs the truth. She can't lie. She feels awkward if she needs to lie. She gets angry when somebody's lying, and she knows. So
power rises within her.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so true is like, it's in her core. That's something that she really needs.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know if it's worth it. Keep talking about it.
I won't stop talking about it. Sorry, guys. But a storm is coming, and not everyone can survive its wrath. Shall we do some death predictions?
I have 4 names. No counting dragons, just riders.
4 people.
4 riders. First one, I have Sawyer. I have Redok.
Yeah.
Redok is kind of
gone,
like the
nails in his coffin.
Yeah, pretty much. Imogen and Ree.
Ooh, so I think Ree's going to die, but I don't think she can die in Onyx Storm. She might do. I could be totally wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, Imogen.
Yes. You know why Imogen? Because I think she was the one who bred the words Montserrat. I think maybe she's taking her own vendetta. And because of that, she may be doing other things against maybe the revolution.
And she's wiping the memories.
Yes, nobody knows, because she's wiping the memories. And because of that, she will die. She will be in such a trouble that will kill her.
She'll be executed.
Yeah.
And Violet won't want to.
Yeah.
Even if she finds out that she's done all this bad stuff, she'll be like, no, maybe we shouldn't.
And then Redok, well, for all the stuff that we heard about him with Rebecca Yarros' interview in London,
all the stuff that she was saying was pretty much saying that, yeah.
I know, but that's the thing. Like, does she just want us to think that so we're on this emotional? I feel like it's a bit obvious. Although she does condemn him.
It's not just that, because even before that interview, the pattern was the same with Liam.
Yeah, he nearly died.
Violet intervened, and then he saved his life.
Yeah.
And then Rebecca Yarros intervened, and they were like, yep.
Yeah.
That's pretty much confirming, like, what is going on here.
Yeah. Is that your names?
And then, yeah, Sawyer, I think...
I don't think Sawyer's
he won't be the same after what happened to him, and then something will happen to make him go down.
I don't think he's gonna die. I think, and I don't know if it's Onyx Storm, but I think these people have had foreshadowing.
Mm-hmm.
I do think Mira's had her death foreshadowed now.
Mm-hmm.
Sloane. So Sloane said, if it's Malak's will that I join my brother, so be it. And I think she's going to siphon.
Well, you said that she will die trying to save Xaden.
I do kind of think... But I just don't think it's going to be Onyx Storm. She's got to survive a bit longer. They've got to graduate. All of them have got to graduate.
It says in the beginning, there's no time for lessons anymore, which means that maybe she's gonna quit.
Yeah.
If she does, all they will go with Violet.
Yeah.
Because nobody will be thinking that, we need to graduate when there's a war. So that's gonna be priority, I think.
What about Serena?
I think she might die, but I don't think it will be an Onyx Storm.
I think she's gonna die, and that's what's gonna make Kat give
like
Kat
the
her
second
throne.
one, and
Yeah, she's definitely not getting the Tyrrendor throne.
No.
Maybe she doesn't want it anymore after... I wonder how she's going to react when she finds out Xaden's venom.
Yeah.
Dane.
You think he will die in Onyx Storm?
Damp Dane. No, I'm just throwing names out.
Yeah.
Seeing your reaction.
That's it from me. I would stay with those 4 names. So once we read Onyx Storm, we'll see how much we get from this.
Yeah. Oh, that was so good. I just need to read it again.
We need to come back with a new episode talking about what we're expecting is going to happen in Onyx Storm, what's like things that are still open.
Yeah.
Iron Flame, and we need to see it.
Yeah, we need to get to the end of Iron Flame, and then we'll do some in the run-up to launching or to publication.
Yes. And then we'll see how wrong we were with everything.
Yes. I can't wait to see how wrong we are and imagine the reaction, like when it's quite clear that Violet doesn't have dragon blood. And we've been riding on this train.
Yes. Or worse, we found out the second signal is physics or something.
Gravity. No. I think my favourite worst guess of a signet is seeing dead people. It's just...
because Leon...
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just not...
Even Rebecca Yarros said, like, remember that she got this...
Signet blocking. Yeah,
exactly. So she had no power there. So how can she use the signet?
Right, we're getting carried away. That wasn't mentioned in the blurb. I don't know if we're going to get any more Onyx Storm snippets in the next couple of days, but if anybody is like us, which I think you all are because that's why you're here, we'll be keeping an absolute close eye on Rebecca Yarros' Instagram feed, and we will be straight back with any further news. But this has been really good. So I hope you've enjoyed our deep dive, really deep dive. We went into every sentence into the Onyx Storm blurb that Rebecca Yarros shared today via Michael Eok. And we'll be back on Tuesday with the next 4 chapters of Iron Flame. 17 to 20, I think we're on.
We're coming back on Tuesday with our normal episodes.
Yeah. If you have any comments on if you agree or disagree with anything that we've said today, please leave a comment on wherever you're listening to us or watching us. Come to our Instagram page for chats. We set up this whole thing so that we could meet and talk to new people. So we love to get comments on our reels. They are growing, and we're just really enjoying the conversations that we're having. So come check out at Faithfully Fantasy Pod on Instagram. We also have the same handle on TikTok. We just share the same videos on there. Instagram is where we're most active.
Yes. Also, we have our website. Remember, is faithfullyfantasy.com, where you can see more stuff about us, more details. You can listen to every single episode ever on Faithfully Fantasy. Just remember faithfullyfantasy.com.
We will see you on Tuesday with the next episode, diving into chapter 17 to 20 of Iron Flame. Until then, have a great week.
See you next time.